The value of your practice impacts nearly every aspect of your life, so it is essential that you know how much it's worth. It is also one of your largest, if not the largest asset you have. It makes sense, then, that you should know what your practice is worth. Whether you need evaluation for estate planning, strategic purposes, your exit from your practice, or in an emergency situation, the more prepared you are, the better the outcome. Let's talk about estate planning first. When your estate planner asks you for the value of your practice, are you guessing at a value, or do you have an independent valuation to show them? Doctors tend to overvalue their practices. And while that's understandable given the blood, sweat, and tears you've poured into your practice, down the road, that could leave your estate underfunded. Incorporating evaluation into your estate planning process is a natural step. Setting a baseline value and revisiting it periodically, or as situations change, will allow you and your advisors to make the necessary adjustments. Next, let's discuss strategic planning. If you are looking to expand your practice by acquisition, doing so without knowing the valuation metrics of your own practice may weaken the value of your new, larger entity post-acquisition. You should be looking to add value to your practice, not just horsepower. An important metric to consider when buying or merging is the capitalization rate. This rate allows you to compare your practice with potential acquisitions. The inverse of the cap rate is an earnings multiplier. As an example, if the cap rate is 25%, the inverse would be a 4 times multiplier against earnings. A 33% cap rate would be a 3 times multiplier. The higher the capitalization rate, the cheaper it would be to buy. A lower capitalization rate signifies the opposite. If your practice's cap rate is higher than the potential acquisition, when combined, your earnings would be diluted. Buying a practice with a higher cap rate allows you to help your bottom line, and then use your management skills, better contracts, and other tools to improve the new addition and lower the combined entity's cap rate. Our valuations also provide banks with the information they need to underwrite loans. Banks are ready to loan money to doctors acquiring practices, if the deals cash flow out. The investment horizon, the number of years it will take to recover your investment, is another risk indicator. The riskier the deal, the faster you want your money back. The valuation will also provide you a back check as to the viability of an acquisition. A former client once told us that an acquisition he passed on was the best deal he never made. If the deals cash flow out, banks are willing to fund practice acquisitions at 100% of the negotiated purchase price. If it doesn't, you may be left putting up your own money. What if you're looking to expand by adding an associate with the promise of partnership? If you don't value your practice when you bring them on, you may find yourself with an associate in sticker shock when it comes time for their buy-in. Valuing the practice at the time you bring on an associate and stating the value in your employment agreement solves the sticker shock. Too many doctors near the end of their career call to value their practice for sale, only to find out that the practice has little value because they've done nothing to prepare for it. To maximize the value of your practice at the time of sale, you should be looking to value it near its peak, not after years of winding down. If you're looking to fund your retirement with the sale of the practice, the valuation will allow you to have an idea of what you're working with. If the value isn't where it needs to be, planning allows you to make course corrections. Buyers aren't as plentiful as they once were. With fewer buyers than sellers, buyers can be choosy, so it may take longer than expected to find the right one. Planning and having the valuation at the ready prevents the potential buyer from shopping elsewhere while you start the process of coming up with your asking price. Failing to plan for your exit can have unintended consequences. You can't just take down your shingle and head off into retirement. Patient abandonment laws are in place, and every state's board has requirements regarding shuttering of a practice. The pandemic taught many of us that doctors often don't have a contingency plan. Should your health fail, or worse, the family is calling looking to sell the practice. If you are a solo practitioner and don't have coverage for your practice, the value starts dropping precipitously. This goes for multi-doctor practices too, where you produce the lion's share of the work. Having an evaluation on hand as part of managing your practice gives your family a starting point to sell. If the evaluation is stale-dated, it is much easier to update than to start from scratch. Having a plan for coverage, whether by a colleague or through a locums company, is critical to the survival of the practice while you or your family look for a buyer. Many family members call after the death of a doctor, where they told patients to pick up their records and close the office. At that point, the only real value left is in the fixed assets. This isn't something we want to think about, but it is vital in securing the value of your practice should something unexpected happen. To learn more information on the value of practice evaluation, visit our website at picagroup.com.